Why?
Oh no, don't worry. It's just the thing loading. It's missing the pink and
I'm going
purple.
to say I've added all the products.
What is that? No, don't forget your...
No, we can't do it with this. Right. Here we go. Oh, wow. That was quick.
Oh, we lied.
Oh, why are we doing... Okay. Yep. The first subtitles I saw were in a foreign language. Hello, Dee. How are you?
We're going to be learning a new language today.
Is the subtitles in a different language?
It was at first. Hello, Robin. How are you?
Maybe we sound funny.
Hello, Cheryl. Well, maybe I did. We were yakking as we were coming into class, so...
Well, normally it takes about 10 minutes.
Yep, takes ages usually to find it.
Exactly.
Have you found it yet? Hello, Diana. Hello, Gail. How are you?
I'm working down on the PC like you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
So close, but yet so far.
Has anyone looked at the website this evening? Because I've been busy. Wonderful, thank you. How are you all? Oh, we're all pretty good. Hello, Di. We're all getting there. It's a bit smoky in town tonight, but I reckon we're in for another heavy fog again in the morning. It's quite cold. Yeah, we are using out and about.
Yeah, there was fog coming off the pool that I wasn't swimming in.
That's the cold pool.
Yeah.
Rightio. Okay. Hello, Raquel and Margaret over on the tube, over on YouTube. Okay. So I used to what I used to do for Friday night scrap along, or Saturday night scrap along, but Friday night scrap along is I used to design product just for it. Shopping as we speak, says Dee. Hello, Rosemary. How are you? So I designed this hexagon stem template, but it's called almost hexagons because they're not actually equal-sided, obviously, and the gaps are almost right. I just didn't want it to be perfect, so I've moved it around a bit so it's not perfect. So this is almost hexagons. This is our 31st stencil in this size. So the inside here is 5.5 inches by 5.5, the design, but the outside, so it's 6 by 6.5. Doesn't come in a packet. It comes with the hanging holes, so you can hang it on your trolley or put them on a book ring together, and we can hang them in the store, or other stores can hang them in their stores. This one's not, but all of our other stencils are available for other stores to stock. We've got one store in New South Wales that's stocking our stencils. I think it's New South Wales. Mildura's Victoria, isn't it? It's Victoria, not New South Wales. Sorry, people. Hello, Sandy and Trish. Yes, and congratulations to Marie and her family on the birth of the twins. They are beautiful. The twins are gorgeous. I think there's a picture in the Creative Family group. Is it? No,
it's on her personal.
It's on her personal page, yeah. Strathmerton. Trish is that. See you, dear.
See you, dear.
Noah and Quentin are going out driving. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Michelle. And hello, Diane. Okay. So I wanted a hexagon-y type stencil, so I did that. Yesterday I designed this, but I put it up today. So this is I'm going to put it here so you can see it. This is $4.95. This is acrylic, our acrylic and bellies. I got sidetracked while I was designing something else. So this is like glossy on one side and like a frosted on the other. So, and it's got a mirror gold halo. See? Put on a card, or you know what I mean? So you can put it on a christening card or a new baby card or on a page or on a page about a precious baby or person, or for a person. Any? But yes.
Set up Amelia real quick. She's got the TV and Emily's wondering that she shouldn't do.
Yep. So there we go. That is called, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Beautiful Angel. So I put that up today. And then I know we said we wouldn't do chipboard. I know we said we wouldn't do it, but we discovered something and went, let's give it a try. And I wanted this sketchy circle for tonight's class. And so we've given chipboard a try. And we like it. It's not particularly dusty. A little bit comes off it. We are using a laser to burn it. It's 1.2 mil, which everyone's using. It's acid free. It's a recycled type product. The one we use, it cuts beautifully. We've got the settings just beautiful, and our machine is awesomely fast, super duper fast. Can't really tell which is front and back. I think that's the back. It's got a line there from one of the blades. I'm looking for acrylic words, but the only sellers are in the UK and the US. You're able to make them with your new machine. Yes, in the UK they are called, yep. We do have some, but I noticed this evening that they're sold out. I know, Rosemary, that they're hanging on they're hanging on the hooks at work, but it says we're sold out. So I'm going to stock take those in the morning. I'll try and remember to show the acrylic and bellies that we have already in the weekly roundup tomorrow morning, if you try and catch that sometime tomorrow morning. But yes, we are trying to start making them. We're gradually building our collection of acrylic. You can imagine how much really big sheets of acrylic cost. I've actually bought 2 quite large sheets. They're like 0.6 of a meter by 0.6 of a meter, and it's really expensive stuff, and it looks absolutely divine, but when you cut it, it gets grey edges. So it actually gets grey edges, and it's a fault in the product. And the place we bought it from have admitted that that product just does that, and you have to live with it. And I'm not happy. I actually bought it to make snowflakes for Snow Princess, and I'm really, really upset because I've spent like $100 on 2 of these, like 0.6 of a meter by 0.6 of a meter sheets of acrylic, and it's useless. I'm so upset. Just don't know what to do about it.
We're going to figure out something that we can make with it.
We're going to figure something out. We've tried lots of different things, but we got the mirror acrylic going really well. This mirror acrylic has a white backing, you'll see. It's more of a food safe backing, but we've used it with this. But we are building up a bit of a stash of colours and bits and pieces and things we like. So we will actually be doing more words, definitely. Rosemary. Hello, Lorraine. Acrylic words are definitely on trend. Already in love. Love the angel wings. Yeah, I was designing I was doing the hearts, and it's a different heart to the heart I normally do. I was doing the heart for, do you want a pencil?
Or a pen.
I've got a pencil here somewhere, but it is a boomerang.
Okay.
It's a boomerang.
Yes, I understand.
It comes back.
I had like 3 pencils.
And then I had a thought, and I did the angel wings and the halo because I thought, oh. Yeah, there's a recording, Naomi, in the Creative Family Group. There's a recording of Noah's the video is of Amelia's shoes, but it's a recording of Noah's music piece, his composition. He composed, so that piano piece, he actually composed that himself from scratch. It's based on the story of Medea in ancient Greek mythology. The tragedy of Medea. Hello, Pam. So, yeah.
Yeah, and he took inspiration from
Hello,
the
Jacqueline.
romantic classical.
It's a classical piece of music, yeah.
Yeah, and it's more of the romantic period, which was
Yeah.
just pre-World War One.
So we've got this doily, and it's $4.50, and it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. It's our crocheted mandala from Devoted to Denim, but it's a lot finer in this. But I wasn't going to do grade chipboard. I said I wouldn't do it potentially, but it is what it is. And you know what? After doing this, we think we might have the white chipboard that it's going to work better, but I don't know. And then this is a almost a gone, I've called it. It's like 4x4. It's to go, like, so it can go on a card. I actually think embossed with gold would look really nice. And then we've got a wattle sprig. And then we've got a rosemary sprig and a lavender sprig. And then we've got this little set of stars. These are $1. These are just $1. We're flying a bit blind with the pricing thing. We're trying to work the prices out. We've got to feed our family, but we don't want to price ourselves out of the market. I think that's the front. What was that the front? I don't know. It's hard to tell which is front and back with them. We've got it right. Quentin and I really worked hard, and we think we've got this right. And then we've got these little, we've called them mini block words. So they're all 1/2 inch high, unless it's 2 lines, and they're 1 inch high. And they're 50 cents each. So we're going to put them in a stand at our store. But these are our mini block words so far. You'll notice that we actually have these little words in our offering with our title cards out of white linen cardstock, but these are out of the grey chipboard. Now, we source this chipboard in Australia. We don't import it. We source it from a family-owned business in Australia. And we use solar energy. So everything we make with our laser machine with Racel is using solar energy. We have only cut after dark twice because we had to, because we set it to do an over 8-hour cut.
That was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah. But we do only use solar energy. And the leftovers from the chipboard is going to go in our garden beds as weed suppressant. Oh, good name. You wrote that down from Rosemary. So yes, that's what we made today. I know it's a lot, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a release at a time. Like, as far as chipboard brands go, we are so far behind everyone else, but we're going to make up for lost time.
Everyone knows that we feel.
We did an unboxing today, and we did talk in our unboxing about we get deliveries every single day, but you don't want to see a delivery with 20 sheets of acrylic or timber or
the same 2 pieces of cardstock.
the same cardstock and packaging. And so we get deliveries of cardstock, packaging, backing sheets. We get acrylic sheets from a couple of places, different materials. We get, supplies to manufacture stuff, stuff like chipboard in bulk. And yeah, we get deliveries every day. What have I got coming? Oh, I've got some timber coming for something I want to make. I found just the perfect thickness of a particular timber I want to make a product with. It's actually bamboo. I've got some bamboo coming. What else have I got coming? Oh, I've got something else coming to make a different product. So we're making different products. If you missed it Quentin put on social media about our food and beverage art stencils, like coffee stencils as well. We'll show you them in the morning. So we got some Montmartre in today. We've got canvases. These are not online. If you want them online, let us know and we'll put them up. They are postable sizes. So it's 8x8 and 8x10. A4 watercolor paper. We got matte gel. We got their lovely acrylic paint. This is nice acrylic paint, actually. And I use American-made acrylic paint when I paint my paintings. There's a reason why my kids are artists, because I think their mother is. My mum's an artist. I grew up with a mother who was the only job my mother ever had that I knew her as having. She had been the head laundress at our hospital before she got married, but she wasn't allowed to work there after she got married. But she, my mum was an artist. So that's what she actually did for a living, was she was an artist. So we got in these colors, and then we got some gold because we're out of it and it's awesome. And then we got this new yellow pink color in the satin. So in the satin, which is sort of like a semi-matte finish, we got the little pack, which is just like our packs of fluoros and metallics. And it's $12.95, I think, maybe. I don't know if it's $12.95 still. Their prices had gone up. And in there's like titanium white, lemon yellow, orange, scarlet, purple, phthalo blue, medium green, and lamp black. So that's yellow pink. So it's sort of like it's kind of a flesh color, but it's actually the place that all flesh colors come from. So whether the person's quite pale or a darker skin tone or a lighter skin tone, a mid skin tone, they all actually start from this. You mix everything from this. No one is this color, this particular color. This is not a human color, but it's the color that you mix all your different skin tones from. Well, that's what I do. We got a restock of the little tiny fine brushes. These little brushes are new. They are soft Taklon. There's 10 in the pack. How much are these, Naomi?
Oh, sorry. Oh, they look cool. $3.95.
$3.95 for a pack of 10 brushes. And then there's these. These were not $17.95, like I said today. I made a mistake. So this is the pastel paint color set. They're slightly bigger than our other ones that we usually get, like in these. They're like twice the size because they're 18 mil. These are 36 mil, but they're beautiful pastel colors. They've got little flip lids. There's a seal inside, so they come sealed. They're awesome. I'd be loving those. Look at this beige.
Mealy, come out. We're doing shopping.
No, I'll put that back over there. That's not shopping. And then we got a restock of the disposable palettes. So we're out of these the last couple of times I tried to get them. So
she's chosen Bluey over me.
she's chosen Bluey over you. Which Bluey is it?
One of the newer ones.
Okay. Let me look at the comments. Hello, Mary. Hello, Karen. Oh, yeah, but we also package sequins in our packaging, Alison. But yes, we will do something like that. Our packaging is actually going to change soon. Awesome. I will make a list. There you go. If you can send us, you can message us your list to Rosemary. Hello, Karen. I'll have to check on that, Karen.
Oh, yeah, it's sticky glue. I'll write it on the list.
Right. I'll have to check on that. I think that's a me problem.
Didn't we try ordering it and they had it on backorder or something?
I don't know, but someone was saying something about a change in packaging. So I think I'm going to use the sketchy circle and the almost hexagons. I might keep the stars here.
Oh, are you gonna tell them about the kits?
Oh, kits are. We're going to do a kit reveal on Sunday. Kits were meant to go up today, but I picked the chipboard over the kits. The pastels look great, don't they, Karis? They do. Yeah. We are environmentally friendly. We do a lot of environmental stuff. So I actually have a photo tonight. It's Noah and his friend. That's Connor, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. They're going to Cabaret back in 2016. They were heading off to Cabaret, the boys. So yeah, it's. I'm not happy with the photo. Someone else printed the photo, not me. We could put camping crew on here, or maybe wild and free, or maybe both. They are a bit of a camping crew. They were pretty awesome.
I once saw Connor and Noah put a Queenslander up in like less than 10 minutes.
Yep, and they were yapping and didn't even realise they'd got it done. Probably.
Yeah. Literally.
They were awesome.
Like, don't get me wrong, most of mine time is 2 minutes and 50 seconds. But
Oh, and when we did get cardstock in this week, we did get a new colouring. This is called Viacraft. It's smooth and it's, look at it. We've had something similar before, but it had a bit more texture in it. This is really
I
lovely.
have to learn how to spell a new word.
Via.
Oh.
Viacraft. So it's a new colour to us. There's a bit of black we restocked. A few things we restocked this week. Rightio. So we're not. Oh, we might use a piece of that. Let's just keep a piece of that out, just in case I decide I want to use that. I got some pull part stringy stuff. Amelia did pick my stuff for me. So we have made the kits, and okay, so without showing you the kits, I'm going to tell you. So we've got 2 new craft card words. We've got a craft word sheet that's new. There are some stickers in one of them. I don't often make stickers. There are stickers in one of the kits, but they'll only be in the kit because I don't sell those sort of stickers. We've made a craft board word. It's something that makes up a word. A craft board, something else. There's acrylic in another. There's acrylic in 2 of them. There's a stencil in one of them. There's a new Fussy Cut Essentials, and there's a new set of colour cuts. That's across the 4 kits for July. Pretty awesome. Okay, so we've got our Viacraft. We might use that as a background and test drive it, hey? And then we're using out and about tonight. And look, I've waffled on for nearly half an hour. Gee willikers. Okay. So let's have a look. This pack is not in order. So paper 1. So that's paper 1.
Sorry.
I might put a piece of that aside. You're right over there.
Not really.
And then this is paper 2. Might keep a piece of that. And then paper 3 has the letters, the letter tiles, and then the natural woods. So there's 4 different wood prints in this. 2 full ones and 2 half ones. And then paper 4. I love both sides, but This is paper 4. I do love this grey black. It's very versatile. It's a very handy one. I might keep one of those just in case. And then this is paper 6. Paper 5 is the first bit of fussy cuts. I love this pattern as well. So paper 5 for all our camping pictures. And then paper 6. Oh, and we'll use a piece of this green, hey? And then I've got, put that over there. I've got some craft, normal craft. And then I've got some vellums. I've got the Out and About camping print. And then this one's from On Safari and Aussie Grunge. And then Known for the Holidays. No. Just in case. And then these are Cottage Garden, but I've got sequins. And then this is Getaway Cruising color cuts. I don't know what your sister was thinking there, Naomi. And then some Getaway words. And then we've got Out and About words. And more Out and About words.
I wouldn't ask her.
And a tent.
I don't know if she could tell you her inspiration.
We've got some flare buttons. It's like,
I think she grabbed one of everything on the channel.
no, there's things that aren't. And there's a bicycle helmet.
Okay, where's the torch?
There's no torch.
The one thing that would have been really good.
Yep. These two were known for
getting a torch.
Or being the only people with, 3 torches each.
Or they
You know,
had
like,
3
we
torches
need-
and none of them would work.
Well, we would be at home here and looking for a torch, and he would have 4 Dolphin torches with him and spare batteries. Okay. So we got a photo.
Says that she loves your papers and everything.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you very much. I love the papers. I think they're pretty cool. Put tent. That's rosemary. I do like the rosemary. Or maybe we could put some stars on there. The little pack of stars is only $1. I think I said that. So you get these 4 stars. Okay. So we could put a bit of this in the background. And then so a little bit of that in the background. I really want to use the circle. But I think we need something robust to mat our photo on. Like that. And then our tent. Maybe we use a bit of that and a bit of that. A bit of brown and green to mat our photo. And then we somehow bring green into the page. What do we think? That's okay, Debbie. You can always watch later. Yeah, the kits are going to be pretty great, I think.
Mate, I'm excited for the stencil.
I've just got to create them in the system. Like, it all takes time. That's the problem. Naomi wants to use this. Naomi designed this stencil. And then if we do something like Wild and Free and Camping Crew on here, and then put, say, a couple of stars. I know we've got a lot of chipboard on here, but we'll cover a couple of ways to colour it.
So are we going to be going for lots of layers tonight?
Possibly, but it's already 7:31 and people are going to get really sick of me really fast.
That's okay. Amelia has a plan to watch 2 movies tonight. So take
2 movies?
Because Dad told her that she could watch whatever she wanted, a movie, until you finish class tonight.
Oh, geez.
So she's planning to use it to her full advantage.
Right. Okay. So, and we've got our almost hexagon stencil. Go either way. Okay. Let's start by doing our words. So we're going to cover a couple of ways to colour your chipboard. Like a couple of, we're going to look at, so we're going to do some paint and some ink, and then we're going to do some finishy things on, I've got a piece of paper. Here's with that. We're going to do, we're going to do a couple of bits and pieces with our chipboard. May as well. Seeing as how we haven't been using chipboard in classes for a while. The biggest problem when you teach with things a lot that you don't have a lot of control over the arrival and that sort of thing is you can order whatever you like, but it doesn't necessarily arrive on time. There's also the problem that it might not be what you wanted when it arrives, or it may, you won't have enough or you'll have too much, because you never know what a class is going to do. Whereas if I manufacture the product myself, it means that I can do whatever I like. Okay, so I've got a black ink here. This is actually out of my Art by Marlene advent calendar from last year. There's a hot pink. We still got a couple of advent calendars left. There's a hot pink, a black, and like a turquoisey teal in it, but you know who has flogged my turquoisey teal. So I'm going to colour. I'm going to use the black. And, okay, so don't use... You could use a white ink pad, but remember, once you've used a white ink pad on chipboard, it's a white ink pad for chipboard. It's not an ink pad for anything else really super precious, because it, that's it. It also, the chipboard is quite absorbent, so the white's not going to sit on the top really opaque. What are you two stealing?
Nothing.
Are you showing her?
Yeah.
We are getting a set of those and a set of these satin ones.
And this one.
Yeah, this is here.
This is that one here. That's our opened one. I forgot
Can
to buy it.
I use it?
No, we're going to share the three of us because there's not enough.
Can I use them the most?
Can I use them the
Hey,
most?
you already used all my skin colour watercolour.
Oh, we're going to get a tube of the skin one. That, well, it's not. It's the base that you make skin colours from.
Has Bully finished?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the Thumbelina bit.
Oh, okay.
Because they're currently doing the bit where it's telling you who wrote the thing and that stuff.
Oh,
at the
goodness.
start.
Right, come on.
So what are you watching?
Thumbelina.
The Barbie version.
What, on TV?
No, on DVD. Because there's
Oh.
the movies that are on tonight are Goosebumps #2, Haunted Halloween, which didn't think she was going to last through, and Jurassic Park #3.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good one, but would you like Amelia to watch it by herself?
No.
Mm.
Hello, Aileen. Love this collection. Some interesting papers. Thank you. It's great, actually. Out and about. Sometimes I struggle with out and about, but I have made so many projects with out and about. It's not funny. For the new products, yes. Oh, I can't wait to show you all on Sunday what we've put in the kit. Okay. I was really scared to do chipboard because I just didn't think I'd be able to come up with enough ideas. And, yeah. So we're going to do them in batches. So I'm going to pop this on a piece of paper because I want to move it off my messy mat really quickly. So that's how it's just a pigment ink I've used. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get our glossy accents or Dimensional Magic or 3D crystal accents. This is an old Dimensional Magic. A glossy accents in a little bottle. Or we don't have one of our applicator bottles. So we sell these little applicator bottles, an applicator bottle with your glossy accents or Dimensional Magic in, something like that.
Heads up, if you accidentally leave the pen in the glue, it goes rusty.
Yes, the pens will go rusty. So I have a habit of leaving the lid off. And it's a big problem with big bottles too, that. That's why these little ones here are great because it's got a stopper. Rightio.
So we're going to be using those 3 words. That looks really nice.
Well,
Would you suggest any other ink pads? Like, what would be the best alternative ink pad if you didn't have one of those Art by Marlene Advent calendar ones?
One of the couture ones we sell, they'll be a little pearlescent, but that's really fun. I love the pearlescence.
But you reckon the golden black one would work?
Oh,
well?
golden black would look so nice with this.
Especially if you were making it into more of a girl theme? Or...
Yeah. So then what we're going to do is when we colour, when we put this on our word, so this is actually what what Dimensional Magic is made for. So Dimensional Magic is actually made to go over decoupage, and it's the glossy raised enamel type finish on top. So it shouldn't stop like I did. You don't really need to squeeze too much unless you've got nozzle issues like I have. Don't over squeeze. And this is why I always say don't shake your glossy accents or your Dimensional Magic, because if you shake it, you will get air bubbles. So we're just going to try and gravity feed it out of the bottle. And then I'm just going side to side just to push it to the edges. I don't want a massive excess. I just want it to sit on there. I'm going to keep going along. You don't really want to stop, because if you stop and waffle too much, Elisa, what's going to happen is I'm going to get it's going to dry, and then I'll have a bit that I'll need to go over the whole lot. If you put your finger in it, I just go back and put a light amount over the whole thing. So I've just got a little bit between the P and the I. Just gonna drag this through. Where's my pin? So I could just have a pin handy, and then I can just drag the pin between the P and the I, just to get rid of the bit that's creating a bridge. I've got a little gap there. If it's a really, really heavy rain, I don't recommend this. It can dry a bit milky. As you can see.
Is that because it takes too long to dry?
It does, and there'll be too much moisture in it. You can see I've scraped along. Try not to scrape into your ink. Better to let your ink dry first, but...
So do this and then go and have a cuppa.
Yeah. So once I get my butt into gear and find an extra 14 to 15 hours a day.
Oh, I'm waiting to see how that
I don't want I actually said to someone the other day I wanted an extra 14 hours a day to spend time with my family. I think I want an extra 4 hours a day to spend with my family, an extra 4 hours a day to sleep, an extra 4 hours a day for work, and I think I'd like an extra 2 hours a day just to myself. So I need 14 extra hours a day because I think I need extra time. But our chipboard will actually be available at other stores. What did I say to someone the other day? I do this. He said something about. It was about our food art stencils. We were talking to a cafe owner. Actually, the cafe owner who did the trial for us, and he said our price was reasonable. And I said to him, "Well, I do this to feed my family, not to buy a Mercedes." So. And he said he was just the same. He loved helping us.
Says that she loves the 3D finish. Great instead of heat embossing.
Yeah. Oh, this is just so much easier than heat embossing too sometimes.
You don't get embossing powder everywhere.
Well, I don't think we've got much embossing powder in the store right now.
It's like a contagion.
Well, yeah, it can get a bit messy. We will get more embossing powder back in. Now we've got something to use it with, I suppose. Do you know what? I used to sell tons of embossing powder. Do you know I've had to sell embossing powder out for like 20 cents a tub and 50 cents a tub to get rid of it? There was actually a time when I had to sell Dimensional Magic. I actually sold Dimensional Magic out at $2 a bottle because I was the only person using it. And the quantities I used to have to buy, there was no point buying it that much just for me. Yep. As terrible as that sounds, it wasn't always in fashion.
Facebook stopped you from being able to do like a love heart flow.
Oh, the doing
Yeah.
millions of hearts.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. It's to protect the community from sticking out.
Oh, really? That sounds bodgy. And see, I've got a bit of black on there. Let's just get that out. There we go. Now I've got glue all over my fingers. Yay. So there we go. Let's put that aside. Don't heat that. I'll show you in another class what happens when you heat that. It's a whole technique of its own, but it's not what we're doing tonight. We're not doing that tonight.
We're not doing everything.
We're just not doing that one tonight. It is a great technique, but it takes a little bit of there's a little bit involved in getting it just right. Okay, where is my trusty cloth nappy?
We're gonna need to wash that.
I am definitely a bit of an environmental nut. Oh, if you missed it, we got 3rd place in the Pride Festival window dressing competition. With the kids' rainbow. It was pretty awesome. We had Chinese for lunch today because that's what we got. We got a voucher. Okay. So if we put our photo sort of here and our ringy bit there, maybe we don't do our stencil just yet. But maybe we do a little bit of sort of smushing on our background. Let's do a little bit of smushing on the background and put it aside to dry. Because I want to show you something with the stencil. And to do that, I probably need to, probably need to have it dry. The background needs to be dry. So we're going to use the Viacraft or the Viacraft. And let's use the green out of here. Let's test drive these satin acrylics. And this is definitely mine now because I'm busting it open.
Well, you think it's yours, but Amelia's already like mine.
Oh no, this is the satin ones.
Oh, okay. She's like claim to the past.
I just love that they're little tiny ones. And look at that. Look at that for green. Okay. So we can see what they're like. I actually reckon it's going to be sort of interesting to see how the satin paint reacts with like a metallic paint. So maybe we'll get a bit of metallic bronze as well and see what they do together. So these say disposable. Don't just chuck them out. Last couple of times I wanted them. They were out. Rightio. And then these are metallic ones. And let's use bronze. It kind of goes. Rightio. So we'll do a little bit of flicking and smush sort of here, and I'm wearing a really good shirt, and that's a really dumb idea. So let's just, so I've got it flat, the tube flat on the, and just squeezing on it a little bit. So just a little tiny bit oozes out the sides. So we'll get a little bit of green. It's called medium green. And a little bit of bronze. And let's put a bit of water with them. Look at that. Let's use this. What are we going to put down first? Green or bronze? Let's do bronze first. So mix that together. And then, oh, look at that. Oh, it's on that piece of chipboard now. And let's put a little bit of green. Oh. And then what we're going to do is just put a lot of water on here. And then where the water falls, we'll sort of add a bit of I just want to make sort of some bleedy out bits. I just want it to sort of, and then those sort of dotty bits, let's just add a little bit of water. Yeah, don't be afraid to wet it.
My leg.
Did Missy lick you? It's a bit of a rude awakening, isn't it?
Do you need to be fed?
The Missy NATO strikes again. And then let's just flick a little bit more of our copper on, or bronze on top. And then just puddle a little bit of the bronze into these puddly bits. Just want a little bit more metallic. There we go. Hey, Nay.
Yeah.
Could you put my
Heat pack on.
no, could you give me a jar of water? My jar of water's not here. I'm gonna sit this aside to dry. And you know what? That's actually reacting really well. Like, this cardstock is quite wet. Like, it's wet right through in places, and it's behaved really, really well. So I'm impressed. Just making a place.
I'll be back if you would have
Sort
told
of flat. And let's get our stars. Oh, I just dropped water somewhere. Let's grab our stars and paint them with our green paint. So we're going to paint the stars one way, and then we're going to paint the chipboard another way. So just a little tiny bit of paint. Oh, the brush I want's gone. Put a little droplet of water at the other end. And we're just gonna, well, let's just use this to wet our brush. We just want to wet our brush. You don't want to over wet your chipboard. Remember, it's still a paper / cardstock product. So you don't want to over wet it. So I've got a bit much water on that one. You should never leave acrylic paint in your brushes too long, and don't leave the brushes in the water, because the ferrule, not the feral child, the ferrule, that's this metal bit here, will let go. It's got the glue in it that holds the bristles in. Will let go. So if you have your paint too thick without a little tiny bit of water as a carrier, what's going to happen is you'll get globby bits down the sides, especially on an intricate design. Better off to put 2 coats on to get a good coverage than to have your paint really globby and thick and it not look nice because it's gone down the sides. Okay. So don't leave acrylic paint in your brushes because acrylic paint is plastic. Acrylic, plastic, and it will set really hard. That plastic, let's sit that up there. So that's a cool green. It's quite dark because they're grey, but if you wanted it a lighter, brighter green, you would paint it white, leave it to dry or heat dry it. Being careful because any thick bits of paint will bubble up. And then paint it with your colour. You'll get a much brighter finish. Okay. Let's get our sketchy circle. Bring our paint back. And then let's get I don't have one. I'll have to buy one. Let's grab a sponge dauber. That's too much paint now. And so you can sponge the paint on and see how I'm sort of pouncing the paint on. So I'm not going to end up with globby bits down in the grooves, but I am going to end up with like a texture. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Sort of see that texture?
Yep.
It goes on a little thicker doing it this way as well. Let's do that. Let's get a bit of texture on here. So notice how I'm putting it in there. I'm not going to use that on there. I'm patting it off. You don't want it like really thick, like real dollopy bits. All those globby bits are going to get stuck down in the grooves. You don't want the paint to be thick on your sponge dauber. You just want it to, and it goes, a little goes a long way. I think I've got too much paint because I can just keep on going. After a while, you'll have enough paint in your sponge dauber to be able to just keep going. I feel a bit funny telling you what to do because Deborah is watching, and Deborah used to own A to Z Scraplets chipboard company, and you know, it's like trying to tell the master how to do something. That's probably a bit silly. Just trying to get a bit more texture in a couple of places. Yeah, so if you have a look at Deborah's pages in the Creative Family group where she's used chipboard, Deborah uses a lot of awesome techniques on her chipboard.
Mary says that bronze is one of her favourite colours.
There you go. That's very pretty, isn't it?
This is an 8 1/4 by 8 1/4.
Sorry?
The circle's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4.
It's about 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I've got a bit of green on it there.
That's what it says in the description.
Okay. So these sponge daubers don't like being drowned in water. So just wipe it on a cloth. Don't be too rough. If you leave paint in it, it kind of wrecks them. But as Quentin found, you can't give them a bath. The foamy thing's glued in. So other cutouts, big circles, a new product. Yes, Karen. I said I wasn't going to do chipboard. It wasn't that I lied. It was that I changed my mind. Okay. let's get a tiny bit of black here. Oh, that's not a tiny bit of black. Don't just squeeze it like that. Let's get most of the black off.
Is this to grunge it?
Yep, we're just putting a little bit here and a little bit there. Not as much as that. See, I only needed the tiniest bit of black. I was just going to try and get a tiny bit out. There we go. What do you reckon Naomi's going to do once she gets her hands on the file for the where to design the chipboard? I think it's going to be interesting.
Just wait.
There we go. Got some grungy stuff. And then let's wipe that. There we go. And then let's get a paintbrush. So we're going to do something. I'm going to be quick. So I'm going to put a little bit of our glossy accents out. And this is where I've gone off on a tangent. I think I've just departed from any place of normality. And we're just going to dab on some bits and pieces of it here and there. And if we get little air bubbles in it, all the better. So we're going to get bits that are going to be glossy and bits that are going to be not glossy. And then remember that our paint, our black paint, is a satin, so it's going to be like ultra matte. And then we're going to have bits that are Dimensional Magic and quite, or glossy accents and quite glossified, and that's a bit foamy. When you pat for a while, it gets a bit foamy. So you can see some of it started to dry. Focus. I don't know if you can see it. But it's going to have bits that are glossy and bits that are not. And bits that are matte and bits that are metallic. And yeah. So it's not going to be flat. Sit that there. And then very quickly clean your brush, because that will ruin your brush. Obviously the brushes in this jar I wouldn't paint a portrait with. And I lay my brushes down to dry, otherwise the water once again gets stuck in the ferrule and wrecks the glue. Oh yeah, let's sit this up here. Last time. I don't think I'm going to get it down this time. Let's clean this up. And then let's get rid of this and deal with our photo. That's a bit mucky now. Rightio. So I always think it's like this because it's got a whiteboard around it. So let's go 3 5/8. So it's halfway between 3 1/2 and 3 3/4. And we really want to see by 5 5/8. We really want to see that they're getting on a bus. Because that was the big part of the excitement, was going on the bus. And then I hope that goes with our bronzy colour. Maybe. So then this is paper 1 from Out and About. They're going to need half a sheet of this, Naomi John. So let's do 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Like that. So we've got a little tiny border of that. And then let's do a 4x6 piece of paper number 2. The green. Oh, 6. Sorry. Not paper 2. It's paper 6. The green.
Paper 6.
Yeah.
4x6.
Yeah. They'll need a half a sheet of that. We are making a kit, as always. And then I'm just going to hang this here. And then a half a sheet of paper 2.
Oh, and you want that one just to be 12x6?
No. I'm just starting with what they'll have in their kit. So then from this, you'll have a half sheet, and then what we'll do is we'll tear a piece that's like we'll tear it at like 8 inches, and then we'll tear a little bit off all the way around. So it will end up like about 7 3/4 by about 5.5 inches, our piece, once we've torn around it. How's my scribe going? So then, like that.
You're going to get your creative mat out so
Yeah, I am going to build it with my creative mat.
I can see this ending horribly.
So can I. Because I'll design it and it'll be too big. So, let's get my mat out. This is a creative design mat. And that's me. I should have said at the start of the show, start of the video. Hello, my name's Elisa. I own Scrapbook Fantasies.
Oh, and creative design mats like officially off pre-order.
Yeah. They will momentarily go back on and off pre-order if, as demand dictates. So by building it on here with the grid, using like the grid, the 12-inch grid, it means that I can be sure that when I put my page back together, it's actually going to fit. Let's use some craft pull apart stringy stuff. We actually don't sell this. We only use this in kits. So you'll get this in your kit.
12 minutes?
Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll have Wild and Free sort of here, and then Camping Crew down here. But how are we going to deal with this tent? What are we going to do with this here tent?
What's the other size of your 6 in your half sheets that you've got?
See, and that'll go sort of there.
Do you have enough of that green now? Or the wood? The white wood grain? The back paper one?
Hmm.
On the other side.
But what if we just paint? Oh no, we need to. It's not too bad. What colour are we going to make the tent? Any suggestions? I forget. Would you ask? Okay. Yes, art sponges work well. The soft sponges that we sell work really well because you can rinse them time and time again. What's everyone think? So we'll use the back of this to fill our tent, but what color are we going to make our tent? Black, green, bronze.
Got really out there. Orange. Oh, Jacqueline suggested red.
Beige. I'm just looking here. This funny peachy colour on the swag. Beige. Pastel taupe. Like a beigey colour. Kind of like clotted cream from Art by Marlene, maybe. Or do we want to make the green like limey? These two clowns actually had a lime green tint between them for a while.
Someone's suggesting black, green,
Black,
dark
green, dark green.
red.
Thinking beige.
I think it might match the background too much.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it'll blend in with the background. Maybe go black. Because where's your many words?
Yeah.
Let's pull them out.
I'm thinking black might work.
Kathy says camo, green, bronze, and black. Oh, if you're putting the camping one over top.
Yep, you can't do that.
Can't do black. Or you could do bronze
And green.
and green. So then the black still stands out, and when you fill it with the wood grain, it stands out.
Might do that. We'll fill it with this.
Yes.
So what we can do is just pick this baby up and move it. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. You don't have to take a photo with your phone.
No, because we're watching this through my phone. Oh yeah, let's bring back the messy mat. Bring back the messy mat. Okay. We probably want a bit more stringy stuff on there. Let's put that.
Where's the tent?
Let's get a bit more bronze.
Here comes the tent.
Yep, I know I'm getting the tent. I'm just putting that there. Out of the way. So this is nice and glossy, these palettes, which means that you can actually you can actually peel the acrylic paint off afterwards most times. Oh geez, that's looking pretty dungy, isn't it? because the Dauber's got every colour in it now. Let's add a bit of this green. I know this green's really watery, but getting lots of effects here. Actually, the green being nice and watery means it's sort of going between the other colours and the gaps and making it quite a fun thing. And the metallic will always try and sit on the surface. Like it'll even come through from behind from the bronze. Oh, that's a bit much black. Let's just pat that out and blend it. Let's just walk that one off. Let's really walk that one off. Let's get a bit more green in here. It's a bit much black. I want a bit more green. Let's get a touch more green. Just a tiny bit. Because the sponge daub is wet, you'll find it's quite, because we picked up this wet green here, it's quite an interesting effect. Let's try and get something else over this black here. A bit more bronze. There we go. We've kind of made a camo thing. Majigala. Look at that. And when we get too much black on there, we just keep going. Right? We just blend it out. Walk it off. There we go. So a lot of this is going to wash off. Some of this is going to wash off this cloth nappy, like the watercolor will and the mists and things. But the acrylic paint will stay. So it's going to be interesting. Okay, let's set that back up. Yeah. Oh, not falling in. Let's get a heat tool and dry this because I'm getting impatient. Because you guys don't want to watch me for 10 hours because it's already been an hour and a quarter. And all I've done is fluff around with some paint. Okay. So 2 of our colours, our green and black, are obviously, they're satins. So they're going to be semi-matte. So it's not going to be super shiny. But it is going to have a bit of metallic in it. So by patting the acrylic out, you're patting it out until it's almost dry. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Let's try this. Getting super impatient now.
It's 8:16. You better
Don't worry about the time. I'm enjoying the process. My nappies are very pretty colours. Yep.
Still wear nappies.
No, cloth nappies. So when Naomi was a baby, I would be hanging cloth nappies, beautiful crisp white ones, I'd soaked and done the whole, time wasting thing on. And then on another part of the clothesline were the cloth nappies I used for art and for painting, and they were disastrous. And I did get questioned by a neighbour how dare I put that on my baby's bottom with all that paint on it? I said, no, that is the art ones. They are the baby's bottom ones.
Mum,
Yeah.
I know why our pumpkins are growing.
Why?
The trillies are growing them.
The Twillabees are growing them. Oh my gosh. Barbie Thumbelina.
I get some good things out of it.
Oh, I don't want to put it down. I don't want to get black on it. What's that?
She's going to have a rude awakening in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go and stop it really happy.
It's after her bedtime.
Like, what else? It's 8 to 18.
It is, I think it's going to look pretty amazing. Okay. So let's set that aside for a moment. And let's fill this. We're going to stick our tent to our leftovers of paper 1. It's a bit bendy. Should be right. Doesn't matter which way the wood grain goes. You could always fill it with the wood grain going up and down and on angles. Like you could fill it so the wood grain was going, like the grain was going on angles following the tent. That'd look cool. Okay, so I'm going to get a pair of Teflon scissors for this. And I'm going to cut on an angle underneath. So I'm actually cutting in underneath the cardstock. I hope you guys don't mind when I want to drag out some old techniques. I'm talking like I'm talking like 18 year old chipboard techniques. Some really old stuff. Yeah. What do I think? It's going to be simple. It just doesn't need to be. It's not the star of the show. Oh, my hands are very dirty. Should be right. I'll survive. Oh, there goes the light. Let's turn the shiny light off. So, something like
Otherwise, the 3 little words going to go.
Okay. What are we thinking? Is it okay? The camping crew. Okay.
Cheryl says it's a great refresh. Raquel says that YouTube is slower than Facebook tonight. That's just
Oh, that's odd, isn't it, Raquel?
And then Karen L says lots of older techniques are back in style.
Yeah.
Products and options to use with the old are now like a revamp.
Yeah. Used to have like actually the desk Naomi's at was my desk for a while, and then it was hers when she was doing year 11 and 12 because we had desks facing each other. So that one has got like a vinyl top on it. It's got lots of melty bits and lots of holes melted in it and cut marks and.
This is the one that had the Yupo paper when I melted it. Remember?
Oh yes,
And
you
it
melted Yupo paper.
Yeah, and it got stuck on my hand.
Oh, you moved to your laptop. The phone was going flat. I need this to dry.
Also, I can't make any comments right now because my Facebook died, so I'm purely on streaming.
Oh, your Facebook died.
I couldn't get it, so that's the
Oh. Rightio. So, going back and looking, we want a little bit of hexagon, so we want a little bit up here, a little bit down here, a little bit over here. I'm gonna get a black pen. I've got a Pilot pen here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the hexagons. Oh, that bit's wet. Well, let's put a few just down here. So I'm not tracing them really well. I don't think you'll see that one. Oh, let's get going. Oh, geez. And then we came across to that here. So I'm a really visual person. So I can sort of visualize where it was. Almost get it right most of the time. Not perfect at it, I'm going to say. But I'm pretty accurate. Right, let's have a look at that. So this is a Pilot juicer 0.4, and I just knocked the video rig. So how's that? So we come across probably a little more here, and another one there, and maybe one more down here. So down here we needed one more. Sort of line it up, basically. Let's do another one here. And let's go One out and yonder. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go around them again, sort of really roughly. I'll show you this in a sec. I'll do one more. Yep, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but you know what? It covers a multitude of sins. I think my daughter does something similar.
Yep. I'm not able to draw straight lines, so.
You all wonder where she gets some of her weird ideas from. Amelia Ann has just finished the draft copy of her latest book she's writing. It's called The Fantasy Tamer. I think it's about a fairy that tames creatures. It's an illustrated book. Told her before she writes the good copy, she's got to get someone to spell check it.
She's currently doing her stick out her pictures just to make sure it's clear. Trish has what I'm saying. We have the gas heater on in the van, and Ginger has taken up residence right in front of the van and not sharing.
No, I could guarantee she probably wouldn't share. Missy wouldn't share. Missy'd be the kitten that got burnt by the heater, but
Missy is currently underneath Noah's doona in his bed.
oh, is she?
Yeah, she's made it in his bed and she's under all the blankets. You can just see her head. I went to go and check because he like
She's burrowed in.
Yeah. You might get a bit of a rude awakening. We'll have to warn him.
I reckon these would be really nice with like an ombre with blending brush. You know, when you go from one shade to another,
Yes.
or from one color to another. Like when you went.
I do know
you
what
went
a
from what-
gradient is in an ombre, yeah.
Well, I'm just checking because you said ombre. Like, what the hell's that? Or what the hoo ha?
It takes a minute. I know it as a gradient.
I might have got a bit more boisterous with these as I went.
Everyone's loving the technique and the layout. Are we writing the date on while we remember? Oh, right.
They were beyond excited. The boys were beyond excited, honestly. Let's have a look. What do we think? She's taking a picture for the kit.
Actually, might be better from that side.
Well, you're right there. She's just taking the pictures for the kit.
I'm trying to get the best angle.
Thank you, Sandra. No, you know, I really like that tip thing. There you go. The thing is, I think the best thing about our classes is you can watch them later. Watch half now and half later. And let's just sprinkle a couple of sequins on here so we remember. And let's put another little bit of pull apart stringy stuff up here. So we'll put another bit up here. Let's not put it on there because it's drying. And then we'll put a few sequins. Rightio. Maybe a few more.
Oh, and Cheryl also has to leave us. She's saying goodnight.
Night, Cheryl.
I hope I get people's names right. But that'd be bad.
Rightio. Pretty cool. Let's deal with our photo. And then what we might do is we might do a bit of building on the board. Let's build our photo. I need more flat space. Rightio. Let's cut the middle out of these two photo mats. Or do we want to distress these? I think we will. Oh, I'm going to get some chippy strips out. So chippy strips are our environmentally friendly alternative to using foam tape. They're 1 millimeter high. They're white chipboard. I did actually want to only do white chipboard, not grey chipboard, but I was realizing how much I miss good quality grey chipboard that's easy to get your hands on. Let's distress this one before we cut the middle out. So yes, chippy strips was one of the first things I decided I was going to do. It was on like the second last day in May for our product a day in May, but it was one of the first things I decided I was going to do when we finally bit the bullet and decided to get a big laser machine of our own.
Oh, Deborah's asking, have you got a flare? We're using a flare for the page.
Oh, I don't know. Do we need a flare? We might have a look at the flares in a mini. Let's
Up to you.
have a look. How much is the kit so far?
$12.55.
So that's the circle, the chipboard circle.
Yeah, chipboard circle, wild and free, crew, camping, star set, twine, tent, half a sheet of paper 1, 6 and 2, and the Via Craft.
Crap of me. Oh, pincher sequence.
Oh, shoot. Mum.
Oh, I got an idea.
Sorry, $12.85.
What's that?
$12.85.
$12.85, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of chipboard on that. A picture cup.
What colour sequence are we using?
They are a lime green.
I'm just trying to give some detail because if we have to make this kit in 3 years' time.
Yeah. So while we've got the product, while we've got the paper and the cardstock in stock, it'll come back it'll be in stock. And what'll happen is, so I've just inked the edges in a tiny touch of black. What'll happen is, like, we might sell out of the cardstock. So then when the cardstock comes back into stock, the kit actually goes back up for sale again. I love that. So I'm going to stick these together. And then I think I'm going to do 2 high with my chippy strips. So in the chippy strips, what are they? $4.95?
I believe so. Let me just double check.
They're 6 inches long. Get 21 pieces in a pack.
Yeah,
You know what?
$4.95.
I'm gonna make 4 into 2. You get 4 6-inch strips that are half an inch wide. You get 9 that are 1/4 inch wide, and you get 8 that are 1/8 inch wide. Now, dye has bought quite a few packs. She's been using them. She's loving them. She's loving the control over the depth she gets. So I'm just making some that are too high because it's a millimeter high.
Okay. So we have a product suggestion. So Paula's joined us late, and she's been seconded by Deborah. The Mandela release today. Are we making that 12 by 12?
So you want a chipboard mandala that's 12 by 12?
Yeah, the Mandela that we released today. That's
Okay.
a bit smaller. Yeah.
So I don't know how much it'll be 12 by 12. What is it? It's 450. And it's like about 6 by 6. I get a bit funny about, and I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't be like this. I get a bit funny about products being too expensive. Like I worry about them being too expensive. But yeah,
Paula's now begging. She said,
please. Okay. I suppose I can do that. I suppose I'll want one too.
It's written on the list if it helps.
Well, at least your list goes to work with you every day.
It does.
Unlike your father's.
However, I did leave my book on Dad's desk for one day, and he's written on it, "The Rubber Busy," which I don't know how to.
What the hey is that?
Which I'm assuming it's Dad because it's Dad's handwriting, but it could be not mimicking Dad. Also, have you seen that the message that you put up on Amelia's whiteboard, she's now decided to try and communicate with Dad? Because she wrote on it, "Please get me clothes, Dad."
Okay. I wrote "clean your room" on Amelia's calendar on her door. I got the kids' calendars to go on their door, like whiteboard calendars to go on their doors. And I didn't get one for Naomi John. And Amelia Ann, on Amelia Ann's, I wrote "clean your room from Dad." I'm gonna put a single layer of chippy strips on my tent. So yeah, she actually thinks it's Dad that wrote that. Hope she doesn't hurt. She's out in the lounge room.
Yeah, she's watching Barbie. Paula says, "Love you." And Karen says, "Lol, if we buy them, they are not too expensive."
Oh, how much would I charge for that?
I don't know. That's your end of the business.
I lost a start.
I just enjoy the manufacturing process.
What's that?
I just enjoy manufacturing.
I think we all enjoy the manufacturing process. Quentin gets really upset because he ends up stuck out the front a lot. And yeah. Oh, don't forget Super Saturday tomorrow. I think I said that earlier, but Super Saturday tomorrow. I wish more of you could come to Super Saturday. I would love Super Saturday myself. I'm painting tomorrow.
You want?
Yeah, I'm arting tomorrow.
I thought you were making something for the Matt Larkin show.
Nope, I'm arting tomorrow. I'm going to paint.
Paula.
I think. Or I might paint on Sunday.
Paula's questioning $10 to $15, probably.
Yeah. It's probably going to be. Yeah. I definitely won't go over 15. But I'll do my best. Okay, so we've put one layer on our solid stars of chippy strip and one layer on our tent. We're going to now just carefully, so they look dry, but they could still be a little tiny bit tacky. So just don't be fooled by your Dimensional Magic or Glossy Accents. So then let's put some tape behind our camping paper. Make sure we're all lined up nice and straight on our board, and we're going to actually build our design out on top without getting glue. on the board. There you go. So one of the beauties of the creative design board is the fact that it helps you not waste time and effort doing stuff where you don't need to do it. Like, see how we could have put these hexagons all the way through, but we just put them where we needed them because that's all we had to do. So that's going to go there, right? And then we're going to put this here, right? Then let's stick our photo on because our photo is going to be completely on something else. I do like that using chippy strips and glue means I've got a little bit of slippage and movement. I'm not a glue fan, you all know that. I'm not the greatest fan of glue in the first place. What about there? I like seeing a little bit of the bags. Oops. Let's just wipe the glue off the bits that are going to be on the board. I don't want to get glue on my board yet. I've already got glue on the side. And there. Right. Just going to put a tiny bit of glue on this star. Then we're going to have...
Should we have it in a minute?
And then this one's going to stick to the page.
So we don't think we're going to go for the flare?
Um,
I don't know where it would go.
I don't know if we need a flare.
I don't think so. If not, the kit is currently $12.85.
I always do a bit of a deal on my kits, don't I?
Yes.
Why don't we do like $12.50?
$12.50.
Hello,
When was
listener.
that?
2016. You were
2.
2. It wasn't in December when Grandma's put on the back of the photo because great grandma had this photo. It was.
Why did you put glue on top of the words?
Because it made it shiny.
Shiny.
Oh, Mary's saying good night, Mum.
Night, Mary.
And we will invoice her a kit because, yeah, she wants a kit.
Who's that?
Oh, Mary just asked if she wants a kit, so.
Oh, yeah, you're going to fix that up for Mary.
Yeah, once the kit's finished, because I just want to make sure that you're definitely not going to use a flare before I make it.
Kiss, kiss.
Okay. Do you want to say night to everybody?
Yeah.
Give me a kiss, my lovely, beautiful girl. Mwah. Love you. Oh, gosh. I don't want you picking up any of my bits off my page.
Good night.
Just wait, you're not under there yet.
Good night. Hello. Goodbye.
Okay.
Why is your thingy with Bobby not
Oh, because it creates glare on my page. On my board.
Red light.
Oh, I'm going to go and have a bed first.
Right, so I've got a little bit of a mess. just going to clear some of the debris. Oh, that was my finger. Oh, just going to hide my Creative ruler. Naomi John likes to, always tries to help me make creative rulers, but she just wants to peel off the end bit. Like, she doesn't want to have to peel off because you've got to peel off 144 1-inch squares. She doesn't want to do that. She just wants to be there for the finish. Rightio. And then, see, we pick this piece up, tip it over, peel the tape off. Oops, should have opened the glue first. Glue. A little bit more on our star. Bit on our chipboard, our sketchy circle. This is a lot thinner than the sketchy circles we do as a picture cut or a background cut. I just love the finish on the chipboard. It's just beautiful. Okay, so let's get my creative ruler out. Let's just have a bit of a look, line it up, and that's pretty good. So let's get our thready stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to put a dollop in under here. And make sure that the end is in the dollop and the other end is in the dollop. Stick that down.
Okay, so definitely not using a flare.
I think we're pretty definite.
Okay, right. Oh, we're not using one now. Once the internet decides to.
Page is a bit warped. So let's cut this one down a bit. Let's cut it sort of in half. Make sure the two ends, I don't like having the tails not hidden. Let's get a bit of glue in there. Okay. Nothing falls off. Let's get our sequins.
So tonight's is $12.50.
$12.50.
And it's now live.
going to put a little bit of glue on here. Grab my tweezers. Making a mess. So it's nice sometimes to just let the sequins go where they fall. How's that? So we're going to use this one. Hold down a bit of stringy stuff. And up here, we're going to do the same. I'm just going to work my way around. So, put a bit more stringy stuff down.
Carol W on YouTube is asking, is it worth washing the daubers after paint use?
Oh, don't wash them. Just wipe them. Even if the cloth is damp, wipe them on a damp cloth. If you submerge them in water, they do fall apart and get discombobulated. But yeah, I do find that it is kind of worth it. Because they're not nice when they're all gunged up with paint. And let's hold the stringy stuff down with this one up here. I try not to get the sequins to line up too much. These are a bit weird here. Oops, no. It's got to go back there. It looks like a little person's face down there. That's weird. Okay, I think about things too much. I think way too much about things. Stuck on. Are we all stuck? There we go. So what I might do is I might collect up a tiny bit of glue and just put a tiny little dot here. And then just pat it until it's sort of matte, but you stick your stringy stuff into it. And then the glue's kind of gone. Sorry, I have missed all these comments. Decide what you think's fair and add 5 to 10%. So yeah. What do we think? So got that corner. Just here. I do like this Via Craft. Smooth, and it really took the liquid well. That's just weirdness down here with the sequins. How's that one stuck down? That one wasn't really stuck very well. Just get a clean finger and remove the glue. There we go. There, that's better. There, glue's gone. There's a little mark, but it's not too bad. I am that nutty person. Hey. So there we are. We have made a keeping page. And we did ink and then patted ink. And then don't swipe your ink pads. Just pat them on. Ink and Dimensional Magic or Glossy Accents. And then we've made a camo on our picture cut with inks, with paints. And then we've painted the chipboard with a sponge dauber to get a bit of texture. And then got a bit of black and then patted on some of our glossy accents to make some bits matte from the satin paint, some bits metallic, and then some bits shiny. And then we've painted with the satin paint, and it's a really interesting texture, isn't it? With the satin semi-matte paint. Painted the stars. So we've treated our chipboard with 3 techniques, and then we did something different on a picture cut to what we normally would do. And then we use the stencils for tracing instead of inking. So yeah. Night, Pam and Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Karen and Raquel. Thank you, Jacqueline and Di and Deborah. Thank you, everyone. So, I missed someone there. I just saw. Thank you, Paula, and I think Ree. I think I saw Ree there. So, if you came along and said hello and I didn't say hello back, hello, I'm very sorry. If you left a lovely comment, thank you. If I missed it, the next time you'll see us is sometime tomorrow morning at our weekly roundup. We'll show you all the products and then we'll, and where we're at. Sunday morning, we'll be back with our July kit release video and you'll see everything that's in the July kits. We think it's pretty exciting. As I said, 2 of them have got acrylic in, one's got a stencil. There's a new set of color cuts. There's 2 new craft titles, same word, but 2 new ones. There's a different kind of title with craft board. There's something really awesome with craft board, so we came up with a technique. Actually 2 different ways of cutting or marking, kind of, the craft board. 2 with acrylic. What else was there? Oh, there's stickers in one, which we don't sell these particular kind of stickers. We only do them very rarely. And then there's craft word sheet as well that's new. So lots of interesting things in the kits this time around. Oh, and sequins in all of them, sorry. I couldn't help myself. And pull apart stringy stuff. So they all 4 have pull apart stringy stuff and all 4 have sequins. So sneak peeks there. So yeah. And then on Monday we'll be back with Naomi John's mixed media class and she'll have a new mixed media bundle with a new stencil. I don't know if she's doing a stamp this week, but she'll do something. So yeah. Thank you very much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. I think my tent is crooked. Should be right. Enjoyed the class. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you for hanging out with us. And I know I said I wouldn't do grey chipboard, but we are, and I love it. I love the finish. I love how it turned out. I love that I can hardly tell which is front and back.
And apart from the black on your fingers, which is from the paint, you don't get any black from.
Yeah, no. Look. Look at that. It's no black. Isn't that awesome? That's my biggest bugbear with chipboard is the black on your hands. This is paint. If you missed earlier, this is acrylic paint. So you have a great night too, Raquel. Take care, everyone. I love yous all. And this is how I love to create. This is kind of like how I would teach a class pre-2020. But it wouldn't have been a picture cut. It would have been a cutting die. So I love picture cuts better because I didn't have to get out a machine or buy an expensive die. All invited. Yes. So Super Saturday's tomorrow. Don't forget Super Saturday, everyone. So take care, stay safe. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone on YouTube and on Facebook. Who do we have on YouTube? Raquel, Carol, Margaret, Fiona. Oh, hello, Fiona. Sorry I missed you. Liz. Hello, everyone. So take care. Thank you. And I'm the person that can't hang up the phone. Okay. So love yous all. See yous later. Take care. Bye. Thank you.